everyone. Just trying to, whoops, get this straight. It's not going to help me right now. So, I've been wanting to come on. Gosh, now it's about half an hour. So I'm half an hour late, but this is going to go out there, and a few of you will see it. So tonight's interaction, I do want to read the cards, and I'm going to read what I basically wanted to share about this. And let me see if I can make this any better. I just don't like my glare, always with the glasses. Anyway, so I tried to fix my tapestry a little bit differently. I am a little bit too far away. You can see my great poster that I have, but here we are. So, it's sort of my little private bedroom space. You've got the tapestry and my I Must Not Fear from the writer of Dune. So I really love that message. Anyway, tonight's card reading is dedicated to one of recognizing clarity, situation, a dream, an exchange that's been unclear, or maybe you feel there's a hidden message, or maybe you were led to think one thing, but it's really another, or are confused. And sometimes, of course, a lot of times we're wanting clarity around a situation that is confusing. Probably we have felt one way, now it's another way, or it appears to be another way, or perhaps it is the other way, but you don't want to face it because it's disappointing. So, and also the way we look at things is multi-layered. I mean, so much is being revealed about our divinity right now and our X-Men powers and the things that elitists and those who seem to work for titles, but most who didn't, really wanted us to think. And many of us, if you're attracted to this channel, you're wanting to follow your evolution as best that you can in a consistent and a practice rise to our galactic selves, to that 5D. And while many of us are at times so sure we're in 5D, we may have little slips because there's little bits of triggers. We're still in a human body. We have relationships we care about, or that we're ending, or that we revisit slightly, or maybe they just revisited in our mind, or perhaps, as this card reading message is dedicated to, something that's happening with our perception, a way of seeing that leads us into wanting more clarity in doubting ourselves and needing to ask the next question. And I am going through that right now with something which the bottom line would be, I want to stay in caring and I want to stay in the light of goodness, regardless of if I've been in denial and not seeing some signs of, or if I'm observing and I can, that yes, I accept what's happened, and that is that. There's no perception to make up or be fearful about. So I'd like to ask the cards right now, how can we stay and arrive in that clarity? I also want us to see where our ego could be involved, or our, maybe we were looking for something because it would be serving and self-serving and feel great, but to take a look at our own power and command clear answers from the universe. Because you are divine in the human body, you demand, that is your right, to demand a clear answer from all that is. Or, if you wish, Archangel Michael, perhaps you like one of the divas of elementals, perhaps you resonate with Indian gods and goddesses, perhaps you resonate with a saint or an iconic ascended master, whether it's Yeshua, or whether it's the Maitreya, or whether it's Lord Saint Germain, or whether it's Goddess Mother Mary, whoever you resonate, you are feeling in alignment with receiving that information more clearly. Then you command the cosmos, you command the highest octave of angels to report to you on this issue and make it so clear that you can't mistake it. And that's what I would like from the cards. It may hold some evidence of kindness and support, the way that I read them, that we can remember to use that as you go ahead and command your clarity from the universe. So, yeah, and that we can have courage, strength of heart, and receive these insights, right? So, in this situation, may the universe, via your command, reveal all truths within. So, that being said, let's read some cards. And if we have some double numbers, I'm going to do that. I have shuffled the cards. I'm going to just hold the cards in my hand. I'm going to see where I should pick them. I know last time I did this, I had already picked cards and talked to you, but I'm just going to separate, make a pile, and then pick, and then see what happens. So. Here the cards reveal the secrets that we need to see and hear and know on clarity, and that we feel the correctness of approaching these situations where our reveal will allow us to step into and uncover denial in ourselves or the acceptance of a situation. So I'm just going to see what comes out of this pile. I think too much more is coming out of here. I feel like it gave me 2. I don't know if there's 3. Okay, 4. So we'll put the oracle cards aside for now. Oops. Reveal to us in a way we can understand, show us iconically our attitude, our posture that helps us with our own reveal of denial, and another or others give us that strength, assistance, and insight. So we observe and we accept, and we have the power and the strength to move ahead. Okay. I have a bigger pile with the tarot. I know this always takes a couple of minutes. Okay. And I have one more part of the pile because I separated them to see what would jump out at me. For those of you who have not heard a card reading from me before, my cards are very spiritual. They are not meant to be read in any negative way. And they're just meant for great insight and reveal. So, 1, 2, 3. Wow. Okay. And 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay, now normally these cards by their authors were not meant to be upside down. However, in my tarot, I have 4 tarot and 4 of the oracle. Some of these cards are upside down, and I see that as where we might be stuck and a temporary, getting through. This will just bring us insight as to what different emotions and or pathways we may be And it may have been picking up me and my issue that I'm going through. At the same time, it's just going to be helpful for you, I feel, because when I have an issue like when I okay, so when the cards are upside down, what I feel for me is that it's a temporary stall, or you were just leaving that situation, but the theme of the card overall means that you endeavor to move into that posture. So if it's very likely it's picking up my energy for this, and I'm going to be an example of, without actually going into a lot of story, you too may find some clarity in how I deliver the cards and how they are meant to be insightful for us to open that door, open that book, take stock, observe, and yet in ourselves, we really know and sense the clarity of all. So this will be very interesting. I'm going to read through the oracle cards first. I did not choose the tarot as a complement to the oracle as I do in some of my readings. I just felt like I would like the cards to speak to us tonight. I'm going to do my best to not, ramble on, but try to pull everything together for you as quickly as I can, and yet not mince words. And then if I'm also not clear myself which direction, because I want to read these cards as an overview for everyone as well. I'm just going to say, so I'm going to say what I pick up or not. So, okay. When we're going through these issues, these relationships, these situations or events that we are wanting more transparency and clarity about, clarity for us as intuitive people, psychic or whatever, there are times psychic, intuitive, masterful as we're growing, we may not be able to read as well because we're very close to a situation. And we have decided, for example, this person or the situation is absolutely the best. And all of a sudden, we're handed some information that we had discarded, but maybe a piece of it we need to rethink. A piece of it we need to revisit. There's some piece of that puzzle that is disruptive, disturbing, or causing some inner angst. And I'm finding, for example, myself and maybe you, it's not like we want to judge the other person, but we want to receive the clarity in order to have a dialogue with that person and or see that situation so we can bring that best of us forward in our knowing. Not to be, love is not a doormat, and not to be fooled, but that, we will end up speaking up in such a way with this situation or event that we're going through, so that it's not about you being wrong, and it's not about you being egotistical, and it's not about you whining or getting your way or even super apologizing. It's just a matter of revisiting it so that you feel super clear, I feel super clear inside with how we perceive and open up to that situation. Because in mine, for example, no matter what, bottom line, I want to move ahead caring, and I want to move ahead in the light of goodness and virtue and grace. Okay, so the first, and I am going to do numbers though, I am going to include numbers. I have a lot of root chakra and voice chakra, also ethereal chakra, going on in the oracle cards. I will share them with you, so worry free. I know in the tarot cards, there are a lot more, it's a lot more heart-based, and it's a lot of sort of wisdom and big world. Okay. So I'm going to just turn to my pages for my numbers because I'm going to want to share that with you. And my colors, I'm just going to go by what I remember, what I know. Certainly, there would be more to do in terms of tying this all in with which angel and which scale and so forth. But I think that whatever I can deliver tonight to you is going to be well enough for us to help us in our clarity. So just pull up this, right? Recognizing clarity. Okay. Words cannot express it. It's a card number 27, 2 and 7, which equal 9. 9 is about sharing your gifts and your wisdom with the world. Do not squelch your powers. Start to live into them and embrace them. Be you at that 9. Whatever those skills that are being unleashed and revealed to you, and your wisdom, and especially related to a situation that you're questioning, going through, wanting more clarity, know that what you are perceiving, asking with these special gifts, insights, whether it's clairaudience, clairvoyance, that intuitive, you're an empath, or perhaps if you're none of those, but you're having a gut feeling, you're having something that you just is not settling right. Honor that, because number 9 is also about not letting a person or situation take advantage of you. Because sometimes you give yourself too much. You're very trusting, you're very, overall, very trusting, very kind, moving forward, very wanting to be connected to nature and cosmos and all that is. But some can be using your sweetness. And because you are so giving or willing to be nurturing, willing to be open, we may miss that. So words cannot express it. The Black Madonna of Prague, the Black Madonna of Prague is basically a rendering of, and I don't believe it's just Mary. I think this is Mary Magdalene. And this is a famous picture that, a rendering of a famous picture that hangs in a museum in Prague. And so most of us are coming to understand that Mary Magdalene played a very important role with the life of the Christed Jesus as partner, co-conspirator, co-helper in business to help spread an understanding of how we use energy and how we can actually use these divine powers. Because Yeshua said, I can do, you can do even better. Don't follow me. The kingdom is within. He's getting us to meditate, to seek within, to seek the answers within, not without. Because the eternal mind, God, if you will, the infinite source is within, through, and without, right? So words cannot express it. So when you are intuitive and when you're having those doubts and you want more clarity, sometimes words can't express it. You have to go by that hunch, that gut feeling, that intuitive small voice that says, I'm disappointed. I need to look at this situation for clarity, for example. Okay, so words cannot express it. So honor your budding and or your flourishing and or your present special skills and abilities, and whatever avenues that are bringing everything to the table in your current situation for wanting more clarity about this event or dream or co-partnering that you've been going through and have second thoughts about. So this is good. Number 9, honoring what you're feeling. Deep memories are stirring. So perhaps this situation brings up many conversations or brings up even other situations that sort of bounce off of the situation. Perhaps the current situation you're evaluating and wanting more clarity about is one of great, a long time. You may have had this event, situation, or person in your life a long time and have always seen the best of the situation, event, persons, or situation, this dialogue. And in this wanting more clarity, the deep memories of care and kindness and thinking well of the others is very strong in you. This is a lot of root chakra. This is a lot of foundation. So the foundations are being stirred to question. The foundations that you have built the trust on, the foundations that which you perceived are being rewired, rekindled, rejuvenated, being asked to look at these foundations, at this situation. Remember, in the end, if you might just be accepting, you are going about this with great care and this loving light. It doesn't even mean that you may get the outcome the way you want from the other person, but it does mean you are questioning these deep memories and these a partnering, if you will. It could be that you've been in business for a year with someone. It could mean that you've been in business or in a relationship for a month, but all the dialogue or that exchange is leading to other memories where all of a sudden you are questioning and you're wanting clarity for yourself and moving ahead within the current circumstances. So there's a lot of foundational, the foundation of comfort, the foundation of support, the foundation of whether it could be finances. Finances could be involved, but think of structure, home, next steps, building, right? And yet at the top, at the crest, is this holy place. And this card is I believe in Glastonbury. Is Glastonbury in England? It's in England or Ireland, I believe. And here you have the Christed one, or in this case, like a Christed one, this picture is of Arthur under the door. And so this was a cave where Arthur went in before he was crowned king, because he was facing the dark night of the soul, because he was facing questions. Should he? Shouldn't he? Was he? Could he face inner shadows? Could he be all that authority, leadership? And yet the journey is within and then without. The journey within to know thyself and out. What you are seeking is seeking you. You're seeking to be king. It was seeking him. Went into the cave, had his dark night of the soul, and emerged to have a crowning the next day. Deep memories are stirring. The memories, whether they support, they will either support your clarity or confuse your clarity, but they're there as clarity as you move ahead, because it's not that easy. Like, you would not wish to harm someone with your words because of your deep connection, and yet you must go in deep and, if you're willing, find out, is that situation, maybe there was some hanky-panky, maybe there was some shenanigan, maybe there was some fudging as you still were empowering and partnered with that situation, person, people, job, whatever that adventure was. But these foundations are being shaken up. And this is a number 38, which is 11 and 2, and it's all about balance. It's about the light and the dark. It's about the female and the male. It's about the up, the down, the in, the out. It's about the forward, the backward. It's about the eternal money balance. So money may be involved. Money is a big one for us right now, because on the planet, many things are being challenged about money. Our rents and gasoline, our educational systems, our political systems, many things connected to money, the travel, buying food, clothes, how we exchange anyway. Maybe you are supporting someone by donation. Maybe you are sending money home or to a friend in need. Perhaps it doesn't always look as big as it was, and yet you strive to still, no matter what, move forward with this money exchange. All is being very rewired and going through a construct. So clarity, the balance of that clarity, the balance of that insight, the balance of looking at that exchange, rather than a reaction of, well, I'm really thinking you've been lying to me all these years. I have all these memories about you that are so good. I have all these memories about you that are bad. I have all these memories about you. See, I was wrong to support you. I was wrong to listen to you. I was wrong to be nice to you. No, it's a response. It's a being responsible. It's a being accountable. You're being accountable to yourself by you wanting clarity, by you wanting insight. And so the foundations, and interesting, right? This is a root chakra, a dagger chakra. Perhaps even if we take a look at it, the legs of our foundation, because of the brown. Think of a tree. Think of tree trunks in the earth. And here comes one. So keeping that 9 and 2 together so far, which is 18. Okay, relationship. In this relationship, two gods are at odds with each other, female and male in this case. A horse representing freedom, companionship, wildness, truth, finances. Again, there's root chakra. Not an accident that the horse is crimson. Interesting. There's 3 root chakras here, right? And that you have this ethereal, this throat and this foundation. There's homes, this cave foundation here. And then you have a woman. Is there another woman? See, there are two people in the background. One is climbing on stairs. One is walking on the earth. In this case, these are lovers. This is Ishtar and Gilgamesh, and he was starting to be fooled by her, but he's not going to let her power usurp him. He's not even going to be afraid of her. He's a god. He's standing in his soul. He says, "Hey, girl, I really was digging you, and you're beautiful." But I am not being controlled by you. I'm gonna make up my own mind, do my own thing, and go my own way. And I'm gonna support the peasants. I'm gonna support what's going on. And no, you're not gonna turn me into anything because I do not comply. I am not afraid of you, and I'm not just a mere mortal guy. I'm your equal. We're equal with all that is. We're equal with this event, situation, people, person, or others that is questioning us and we want more clarity about. And in this case, we got the clarity that said, you know what, I got fooled a little bit. It's okay because, hey, yeah, you are great and good, but I'm going to stand in my own foundation and I'm going to understand that you had me fooled for a little bit. So you do your thing, girl, but I'm going to do my thing. And I'm going to fight and stand for what's right. And in this case, he was for the people. I think he was a God that stood for. No, the leaders are not just going to take the virgin brides before their actual lover, husband does it, they're betrothed to on their wedding night. No, I'm going to stand for the peasants and the foundation of community. And I'm not going to get fooled just by all that shiny and gold and pretty. No, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to do the right thing now. I wasn't like that before, but hey, I changed. So this number is bitter revenge leads to destruction. And of course, Gilgamesh was always afraid of death, which is, I believe, how he ended up dying. There was a weakness he had, and there was some weakness he had, and either fear or the object that was aimed at him killed him. Ishtar didn't get to him. The situation in which he wanted to overcome, he did, and he was very gallant, virtuous, a leader. He was in great nobility about that. Bitter revenge leads to destruction. Number 3, this is 13, which is 4. So 4, I forget. Let me see if I can remember. It's going to be a good one. It's going to support our clarity in a really big way. The leap of faith. Get out of your comfort zone. Create a sacred space. Honor your foundation, your temple, which is you. So honor yourself if the situation that is calling at you for clarity, honor that you know more. Honor that something's not quite right. And in visiting the situation for clarity, honor you. It's bothering you for a reason. It's bothering you why you want to have this clarity. You're wanting to have this clarity because you know it wasn't that simple. More needs to show up and reveal itself. And yet you're questioning to get that clarity. You're questioning the universe. You're questioning yourself for that clarity of that event, situation, person, or others. Because you will know the answer, and you will probably know the answer after I read all these cards, or that it will be very helpful to you. Because number 4, you have to honor yourself. You honor your mind and body and spirit. You honor the strength of your being. The leap of faith, number 4. So all of these still are pointing to getting to that clarity in ourselves, the questions of ourselves. Sometimes we're wanting clarity about a situation and we think we should just push it aside because in the end it really doesn't matter. But it matters right now in our growth. It matters in your growth. If something is either nagging with you or just there, it may not even be loud and persistent. It may just be, wow, I had been a little short-sighted. Maybe somebody has been generous with you, but maybe they've also been withholding. And so now you've got their number. You may even get that the way they see money or the way they see a situation is they need to control and not say so much because they feel they deserve and they don't want to go into more reveal. But you, because you're asking for clarity from the universe, from your inner self, from all that is, and the cards as your iconic helpers is partnered with your iconic helpers, invisible helpers. You're getting more information of trusting you. Okay. And the last one of the oracle cards, which is super amazing. Your goal is within reach. Your answer is. Your clarity is. This one is. This represents the Holy Grail coming, the chalice coming into. Yeah, it says "Touch the Grail" is the name of the painting. Is coming to you. This clarity is not far off. If you haven't already felt it more, hopefully right now, even with 3 or 4 cards, you're feeling that support to like not doubt yourself. That it's okay to question, feel, and going by the hunch, even though you might not be able to prove anything in the end, you have more clarity. You have more inner guidance and wisdom. Your goal is within reach. Now, here's the interesting part. This is a number 45, and you know what that equals again? 9. So we have 2 9s, which I will address, okay? And at the end of this, I will address. And I also want to add all these numbers up as well. 18 and 13. Oh, wow. Okay. This is great. This image represents you. It represents the question that you're seeking, the clarity that you're seeking. This represents your throat, your expression, your mind, and that the source, the invisible helpers, if you will, all that you've asked for is coming to you and you're in possession of it. Your goal is within reach. It is not impossible for you to have the clarity. Yeah, 9. So this is going to be very, very interesting. I want to read the angel from the 99 from the angel, whatever the Google will say. And then I want to give you that. All the cards that I just read come to the number 31, which is 4, which is your leap of faith, which is trusting your temple, which is going within, which is, it's so important. Gosh, right? Getting out of our comfort zone where we might have doubted ourselves, where we might have been too nice, or we could have been in denial. We also may need to accept. But it's getting out of our comfort zone to be in that new place, receiving that clarity, and honoring the strength of your being and wherewithal to be able to voice again, not out of a reaction, but this repose, this respond, this reply, that you have the strength, that these cards are your foundation in going within and understanding that relationships are many layered, and that sometimes those that love us want to control us. Sometimes a situation of a workspace, a workspace, old friends, new friends, want to control us slightly in your special gifts and abilities, right? The number 9, share your talents and wisdom with the world, but see where you've been giving too much away and maybe haven't been paying attention to those who see the freedom of how you give, and then honoring yourself. So let's just visit a little bit with this, what this will have to say about angel number 99. Okay. Google, what is the symbology of angel number 99?
This number denotes enlightenment and progress in one's spiritual life. It's a gift from the angels, and if you can receive it, you can count yourself among the fortunate. Angels want you to know that you've reached a point in your mental development where you can see things in your life that you couldn't before.
So take this reading, this part, and put this to that topic, right? The topic of receiving clarity, the topic of having that insight, into what you're asking, the recognizing clarity, the clarity of a situation, dream, exchange, unclear that you may have had, one that is on your mind currently, one maybe in the past, recent past that's coming up again, and that something unfolding for you in perceptions. Plus, you can take these words and you can apply it to something that just hasn't happened yet in terms of commanding the universe for an answer, commanding the universe to make all things revealed, that you will know the truths within. Command the universe to reveal that you will know the truths within of the issue, situation, other, event, that you desire to absolutely be out of the way and receive that and know that for yourself. Let's just see what the tarot cards were about, because this is very, very interesting. And in another time, when I get these equal cards that they might even be partnered in some way with the oracle cards that I just read, because they were interesting, right? That I got 4 oracle cards and 4 tarot cards. So somehow this is a direct compliment and direct uplift for your clarity, for your asking, for your knowing, for your growth, for your mastery, for your reveal. And that the universe brings the truth within to the situation that you seek, the light you seek, the goodness from, to know. Okay, so now I got upside down the 7 of water. I'm going to read part of the 7 of water positively. But 7, the way that I see 7, is about prepare a spiritual awakening. Now, because it was upside down, in the situation that may be unclear or bothering you or on your mind, there was this temporary, and it may have been for a long time, but it's kind of suggesting a temporary. You are ready to see what the 7 of water really is. That you were temporarily held up, or there was a hiccup, or perhaps there was a slight denial. And I'm going to show you this card. So it's like a fairy, and she's in the water kingdom, and all these fish and seashells are around her, and she's on a beautiful kind of unfolding aquatic plant. Let me see if you can see this a little bit. It's not as clear. It almost looks a little different. So there's the fairy. She does have wings, very, very light. She no need to. You don't see, no, she has legs. Okay. And it is underwater, very ethereal, right? So interesting. Reminds me of what was the movie about the water? But anyway, with the amphibian man and the woman that was deaf and did did red lips. Very, very, very good movie. Anyway, so there's freedom and movement and this dreamlike state. So if we were temporarily in denial because we had a little bit of how we may have seen that situation in such a way that it was very maybe above us, or we weren't as good enough, or maybe from the others we thought we weren't as good enough, or something where we are very connected to nature, very connected to our intuition, very connected with fluidity, very connected to movement, and wanting to receive and acknowledge all that is around us, all creation. We're in a really, really good place. We were temporarily in denial or not feeling as good in this particular exchange, just even a little bit. Nothing really you should absolutely not hold against yourself and add to your unworthiness. Don't do that at all. Let's see what the 7 is in 7 of water, okay? Four. Releasing grief, allowing sadness to rise and fall, forgiveness, the ebb and flow of emotion. Now there is a little bit of a paragraph to read, and I'm not going to read that right this second, because what this reminds me of, like for example, in my situation, is I was temporarily sad or disappointed that I may have saw someone in such a light that I couldn't possibly see they could do wrong, but perhaps I'm in slight denial. Now, not to say that they even did anything wrong, but I'm taking a look at something that I may have been in denial of, or I need to just accept. And bottom line, in this situation, I need to just accept and add the most care and add the most light, because it doesn't, not that it doesn't matter, but excuse me, so I'm going to say for myself, but I feel above the reproach to be right. And I feel being elevated to a place where people need forgiveness. People do things, they get scared, no matter how much money they have. And if not, people sometimes don't feel they need to explain themselves because they've done such a good, long, hard job anyway within the situation that, hey, I was there. I'm not going to go into it. I'm not going to tell you. You should just accept. So I'm going to see this, that I was temporarily blinded, but that the truth for me is coming. And that no matter what, the bottom line is I care. And I care. And I wish to add the most light to this. Because folks, our money is freedom right now. Makes us move faster around, but sometimes not go deep within. For some of us, absolutely committed to growth. We can't take it with us. It doesn't work in the cosmos. You can't take it with you when you're soul bumping around. You can't take your gold. You're gonna have to take off all our jewels. It's not gonna work, and you're gonna laugh at yourself. So just see any temporary hiccup, setback, not knowing, not seeing, whatever it is, just see it that you are more fluid. You are in the ebb and flow of emotion. You may have been sad, but you go with the rise and fall. You are like the tide as the water kisses the shore and recedes. And worlds are created, right? The symbiotic love with the sand, the shore, the land, and the water, right? Okay, let me just see if I can pull anything from here. I fully forgive myself and others and let go of any emotions that were holding me back from acknowledging the truth. I think that's powerful right there. I surrender any resentments to the divine, knowing they can be transformed into miracles. Fearless inventories lead to liberation. So this card, right? It is happy and joyous, a fun liberation. And partnered with the first oracle, words cannot express it. Okay, let's see. In its right position, 8 of earth, solid, our home. We have both a foundation in root colors. We have a lot of heart chakra colors. So is here's a lot of heart chakra color mixed with throat chakra and also going into the crown. So here you have 8, the money number, 8. Yin and yang, forever, never ending, never ending. And the earth. The earth is our mother. We will take care of her. The earth will reveal. Your reveals are. The truth will be revealed within. Clarity is coming. Deep memories are stirring. That's the one that's partnered with 8. Now, 8 is abundance, prosperity, infinity symbol. The infinite supplies what you need. So command the universe, your question, your clarity. You will know the truths within. Let 8 boost your confidence in that money. Money flow is coming to you as well, right? Have you been doing any side affirmations about how you do your gifts and services with love, and you are blessed financially in an endless supply? Okay, so let's just see the 8 of earth. Apprenticeship, gaining knowledge, learning, employing a new craft or skill. Remember at the beginning of this whole dialogue, I was talking about how many of us are going into our new crafts and skill. We're really acknowledging that we're sensitive, that we're psychic, that we're empath, that we're intuit, that our gut feelings, our hunches are coming to us, that little things are percolating or resonating, or that we're hearing, and sometimes we hear them so softly, so lightly that we don't recognize we're actually being psychic about something. We just think it was a conversation, just think it was something that's passed, but it's a signal, it's a sign. It's how your body's energy is speaking to you. It's how the invisible helpers are speaking to you, for recognizing clarity, so that you will, in your energy unit, you will be that solid sovereign antennae, and you will know. And again, commanding in what you need to know, that the truths are revealed within the situation. And again, that is partnered with deep memories of stirring. In this, there are two fairies. Gosh, looks like there's two, maybe one fairy or sprite, and it's sort of a rendering of the tree of life, which is speaking very strong to me right now. The symbol of the tree of life. Now I have another card that's upside down. It's number 17. Oh my God, another number 8. So we have an 88. Yeah, we have an 88. So we have 7 and 8. 17 is 8. This is the star. It's a major card. Think of stars. You are powered by the stars. You are the star of your life. You are the star of your show. You are the knowing. Inspired. It's about inspiration. I'm wishing that this dialogue inspires you to command the universe to reveal your answers to you, and also that you recognize that you are the star. So this was upside down. We had a temporary hiccup, a temporary holdup, that you weren't seeing yourself as important as the other person, situations, people, event. Look at this card. A full moon, and one day we will know our full moon, or the Christed halo. Behind her, a sort of a caricature of sun and continued halo. A water jug, or even an oil jug, but probably where she's at the ocean. Water, fluid, flowing, gas, liquid, solid, powerful in all forms, life-giving, DNA. We need water. Part of us we have so much, 75% or more water in our body. I think I have more 75% kombucha though. Surprised my blood isn't blue from all the kombucha. Maybe you're green or yellow from all the kombuchas I drink. But in any case, this beautiful, ethereal, your voice, grounded, your star. It's an 8. Continuous, everlasting. You are powered by the stars. You have crystal in your body, just like a star. And now it was temporarily upside down. Temporarily in that situation, you had a slow up, but you're not there. You're moving on. You got it. You're working with your high self, your invisible helpers, all that is, whichever names you want to bring up. You're taking a breath. And you command, because you deserve to know and feel that clarity of that situation. Okay, so the star. I am hopeful and inspired by life right now, and everything that is happening points to a renewed sense of encouragement. After all the changes I have experienced, I'm starting to recognize the hope that comes from new beginnings. And you're right, this clarity that will come to you, to me, it is a new beginning, because we are in the age of light, we are in the age of Aquarius, we are getting all systems and junk and jazz and nuttiness and hogwash and stupid assness coming to the surface for you to say, I do not consent. I need to know more. Oh, I do know more. No, not at all. I'm going to move this. Well, I may not have money. I may not have this. You know what? I have myself. I have myself, and I am moving forward because I am the star. Ah, ah, partnered with. Bitter revenge leads to destruction, right? The card of questioning, the card of the relationship coming apart or situation, or where you are making a break in the road. You are having a new beginning. You are having a new beginning, right? I'm starting to recognize and hope that comes with new beginnings. Okay. I didn't think this was upside down. Now the Six of Water. I can't remember if it was upside down. I don't think it was upside down. I think only the 2 cards were upside down. I don't think the 3 cards were upside down. So the Six of Water here, look, all heart. Luminous, right? Because our DNAs are changing, our chakras are changing. Luminous, reveal, growth build. Oh, there's a lot of blue as well. A lot of indigo, a lot of throat expression and intuitive expression, and the slightest hint of crown expression, but mostly heart, throat, and insight. Six of Water. 6 is, it's a good one. Letting go. Number 6 is letting go of negative energy. Now 6 is letting go of negative energy. Right. Rid your life of negative energies. Right? Connect to your higher self. All these cards are talking, and I've been talking about connecting to all that is your high self, your visible helpers. Connect with your guides. You can do anything. You can accomplish. You can have this clarity. You can have this insight. You can have this insight over this person, others, this event, this situation. You will. You will command the cosmos. We deserve it. You deserve it. You're asking that higher guidance. You're embracing that higher guidance, right? So rid your life of negative energy. So the situation that is sensitive, that you're wanting transparency about, hold some negativity to it, but the way you rid it is you stay the course of calm and care, nobility and light, the virtue that you are, the divine that you came from, and that you know you're rising to 5D. And anybody else that's trying to fool you, or that you were temporarily fooled by, or perhaps that you didn't have all the information about as you made some choices, or didn't want to see, it's okay. Because you are choosing as empath, as intuitive, even if you don't even feel like that you're following your hunches, that you're willing to be awakened more. You're willing to receive the gift of your expansion into 5D. So number 6 of water. Air, fire, water. Nostalgia, sweet memories, old flames, yearning for the security of the good old days. When we start to question, when we want clarity about situations, we may start to feel differently about certain people and situations. So we can care and we can love and we can like. But what happens is we know ourselves more, so that I got your number. We can choose to interact with these people, other or situations, or we can choose to not so much. But whatever it is, whatever you decide is okay, because you know you're choosing the path of nobility and virtue. You're choosing a path where you want to expose your shadows and shine light on it, and shine light on situations, so that you can be the leader or the light, of course, you came to this planet to be. We're all going to be transparent anyway as we step into more of the age of Aquarius. By the radiation of someone's auras, you're going to know the truth. You're going to know. So at this time too, in your event, situation, person, or others, observe. Watch how they behave, watch their posture. If you choose to, ask a deepening, loving question. Ask a question. I'm wondering, will you reveal to me what's been happening? Are you feeling comfortable to reveal to me, or you may be offended? But the thing is for you to not take offense, for you to not put up walls, keep your heart open, know your truth. You have every right to ask. You have every right to feel either disappointed or questioning when you want transparency over a situation. And from that, you just get more information about yourself and the others. Still, because you are empowering yourself with your virtue, nobility, and your psychic, your intuitive, your hunches that are going on, just honor that. Okay? And it Six of Water is partnered with that. Your soul, your goal is within reach. Your soul is within reach. Your soul is here. But your higher self is within reach. Yeah. So all this was good, but now what I want to do with the double number that came up, which I thought was it an 8? Oh gosh, here, I just wrote it down for you. 7, yeah, the 8 of Earth, and 7 and 1, so the 88. Let's check on that before I say goodbye to you. I would like this to go only 20 minutes, but here I am. So let us go to Google. Give me the significance of the angel number 88.
According to Sarah Scoop, numerology and angel number 88, it is considered a lucky number because it symbolizes abundance in the material world, good fortune, and prosperity. It is quite the opposite of the number of karma.
Okay. So I disagree with anything about karma or whatever that is. Karma is not what you thought. Karma, just briefly. Karma, what humans have done is said, well, to feel better, to make someone else feel better or yourself feel better. Well, you know what, honey, they'll get their just results. If you're fat in this life, you'll be thin in another. If you're poor in this life, you'll be rich in the next. If you killed someone will kill you, whatever, or someone you love the next life. It's not a retribution. It's not a tit for tat. That's a program. We are getting off any wheel of karma because karma is really about taking account, seeing and observing and making decision for full responsibility. That's all karma is. It is not like, oh, I'm going to be rid of karma. Oh, I'm going to curse karma on them. No. And also in tarot, in the traditional tarot, where people bring up the wheel of life and the karma and blah, blah. No. Unfortunately, card readers, it's different. I don't see it that way. I think that's an old paradigm. I think you have to understand that in card reading, for example, there's a lot of well, we're going to bring out your intuition, yes. But if we learn a traditional way from old paradigms, it's going to leave you so rooted like a tree can be good. But if you don't sway, if you don't get clarity, if you don't look at definitions and who made them way back yonder to help you be limited, then, I'm sorry, you're going to be stuck. I don't want you to be stuck. Stuck. Take a look at how we talk, what is defining ourselves, because you are so powerful. We are the X-Men and the X-Women. We are the gods, goddesses. We are that spark of creation. We are God, intelligent force, expressed in a carbon copy in time. Those who seem to look like us, humans, if they're not levitating, they will, or astral projection safely, or more psychic, more radiation, they will know. Yeah. You're a part by the stars. I wish this was revealing to you and it helps you on the path that as you need transparency over your issue, you feel comfortable commanding in the universe and from yourself within, you know the answer. You don't have to hate. You don't have to argue, and you don't have to make right by force. Truly stand in your empowerment, and however it comes out, know your nobility. You might, in fact, with the truth revealed, need to just visit with that person, other situation, and say, think I know what's going on, and I'm going to step back, or I like you, or whatever you decide next, but you do not have to react. You command the universe. Visit within yourself. That truth, that transparency will be revealed. And I hope the cards help you understand as you go through and commanding the universe and wanting that clarity, that these cards helped you understand you and that you got it. My little coyote heart loves you. We are at an hour. Blessings. See you next time. Sirian Star and the Age of Aquarius.